Hello to all my friends. I am inviting to this talk my friend Michal Horev, and we are going to have a live talk. So please stay with us. Here you are.
Hey.
Hey.
Can you hear me well?
I hear you well and I see you well, and I'm happy to be here with you. Welcome.
Perfect. Welcome. So, hello everyone, and welcome to our live talk in which we share our knowledge and inspiration about healing and relationships and being human. I'm Michal Horev, and I'm located in Amsterdam, and I combine acupuncture with healing and therapy to help people reconnect to themselves and be more harmonized in their mental and physical being.
Welcome. My name is Dorit Bar, and I'm located in Israel, and I'm a teacher of conscious sexuality and conscious intimacy, and I share healing that integrate healing trauma with conscious sexuality, and I do it with individuals and couples, also by Zoom, and also, of course, frontal. I know Michal, I think, for around 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we love each other and we love healing. So we are very happy to be here today. And we are going to talk today about a very important question. The question is, what is the role of a disease or an illness? I think as human beings, we all meet small or big disease and illness. Sometimes it's a flu, sometimes it's cancer, and there is a lot in between. And when we meet illness or disease, of course, it's usually painful, and it creates reactions, emotional reactions, and physical reactions, and we are dealing with something important in our life, and we would like to share some knowledge and some point of view from the energetical, emotional, spiritual point of view, meaning what is the energetic role of a disease in our life? What can we learn spiritually from it? And how does emotions is connected to illness and disease? So I will start by listening to Michal.
Okay. I think maybe it's important to first define what is illness and disease, so that we can really talk about it. So I think the first thing that came into my mind was an inner conflict. But in order to better explain it, then we should first say that, of course, an illness is imbalance in our body. Something in the system is not very harmonized. We have a flu, or we have any other digestive system disease or something. So it is, of course, something that is imbalanced in the system. And then it creates an inner conflict that we want to look at today and talk about it today.
Yeah. So, of course, I agree with what you said, and I just would like to add, while listening to you, came to me the words that a disease or an illness is like an inner calling. I would even say our soul is calling us to be awakened. And sometimes it's just to be awakened to a simple fact that we need to rest for 3-4 days. And sometimes it's a bigger awakening that has to do with our relationship. We can be sick if we are in a bad relationship. It sounds like it's not connected, but it is connected, because if I'm in a, let's say, violent relationship, and every day I share a field with a man or a woman that doesn't respect me, all my bodies, my physical body, my energetic body, my emotional body, all my mental body, my spiritual body, all of my bodies is paying a price for this violent presence. And after some time, sometimes it can be a few months, few years, I can have a very deep illness, that the role of that illness is to awake me to the fact I am in a bad relationship.
Yeah.
So it's just an example, of course.
Yeah.
I do want to emphasize that I don't think all the illness and all the disease come from an origin of an emotional issue.
Yeah.
But I do think that every disease and illness can teach us something about our emotional body, and about the level we integrate our emotions, because not every day most of the people integrate emotions. Maybe you would like to say something about it.
Yeah, I think we discussed earlier about it, and we gave the example of hunger and anger, and then that was a beautiful example. So we all feel these two, for example, every day, and a few times a day even, we can feel hunger. It's time for our body to get some energy, but we also feel some anger, or anger rises in us. And the question is, I think, what kind of attention do we give to these physical or emotional expressions in us? And
what kind of attention, and do we pay attention? You know, so many people, do you know the sentence, do you hear people say, I forgot to eat today?
I forgot to eat, yeah.
When I hear that sentence, I said, what? I can forget maybe my book, my pen, my I don't know, something, but can I, or my wallet, can I forget to eat? How can I forget to eat? No, I cannot forget. Maybe I cannot pay attention to my physical body, and then I didn't eat.
Yeah. Well, I agree in most cases, people just don't pay attention to them. Some people just don't have hunger because they have a more deeper issues in their digestive system. They don't feel hunger, they don't eat. And yeah, that happens also. But I think it's very important what you're just saying here is the kind of attention that we give to ourselves, to our body, or our self-emotional body, like you say, because we can totally forget about it, or just ignore it, not pay attention to it. And we can also give too much attention to something and create something bigger out of it. And these two are, of course, the extreme of very wide possibilities of how to react to something that comes, that expresses in you hunger or anger.
Or sadness or desire. We can share also the opposite side, that a lot of people are sharing with me, I don't know what I want. Sometimes it's around intimacy. I don't know what I want in bed. I don't know what kind of touch I want. I don't know what kind of sexual intimacy I want. And then when people say that to me, I'm trying to widen the question. Do you know what you want? Do you know what you like to eat?
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of music do you like? Do you know what kind of books do you like to read? And a lot of time people don't know their desire because they don't pay attention. And while I was listening to you, an insight came to me. In the English language, you have the word ignore. I ignore my hunger, let's say, and ignorance. I never looked at it. So when I'm ignoring my feelings, emotions, and desires, I become ignorance about myself.
Yeah.
And then when I'm ignoring myself, then in a moment they will come, a disease will come,
Yeah.
in order to awaken me to myself, to what I want, to what I desire. That's
yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that when we don't give the right attention to ourselves, things accumulate in us, in our body, in our soul. Maybe we call it this way. I'm always not so sure how to call that, but it accumulates, and eventually, when it's not well treated, that's when a disease will appear. Yeah, and like you said before, it's a calling. The disease is a calling from our deeper self to pay attention, to stop this to stop ignoring and stop the ignorance, and look back and see, well, I'm hungry and I didn't eat since this morning, so maybe it's time to give some attention to my body. Or I'm angry and I didn't express it, and maybe I need to, maybe that's what my body is asking me to.
So for the people who are listening or watching us right now, I would just like to take a moment, in this moment, just to pay attention to ourselves right now, just for a second, just to take a deep breath and just to pay attention to how do I sit or drive right now, and am I comfortable? Just to pay attention for a second to where my consciousness is. And the more we practice that, we can live our life while driving, cleaning, making love, writing, working, whatever we do, making food, while paying attention to ourselves. And the more we pay attention to ourselves, I believe we will be more healthy. It doesn't mean that we will not get from time to time this wake-up call from the soul, from the physical body, from any kind of body we have, because we have a lot of bodies, that says to us, you should pay attention more. So, we are very complicated human beings, and these inner callings is also, there is a level of mystery. There are people that would say, I'm such a healthy person, I meditate every day, I do yoga every day, and still I have cancer. So what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean in your point of view? What do you think about it? There are people like that. I know some people like that, okay? That it looks like they are dedicating their life to emotional and spiritual evolving. And they take therapy sessions, they take care of their nutrition, and still a disease is coming to their lives. What does it mean?
That's a very good question. I think
very good question.
I would think about it in two ways. If I would meet someone like that, then I would ask myself or them to, like, in two different directions. I would try to understand. And the first one that came to me is, of course, is there something much deeper and much older in their life that they didn't look at and treat? It can be something from childhood, a trauma, or something like that is maybe even forgotten or not really forgotten, but ignored, like we said before. So that will be my first direction. And the second one, it also really depends on their personality when I see them in front of me, but I would also try to see if there's anything that, like, something that they are trying to hold very strongly into a story. I am very healthy, I am doing yoga, they have this image of themselves that this is what I am, and they are not really in flow with whatever happens, because this is the image that they have to always strengthen and show. And so they are actually in a lot of stress and tension in their body because they always have to show this very specific image of themselves. So this is what I think, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think I brought a very deep question. And I would like to add maybe a more spiritual point of view, that we don't know everything in life. And there are many things that until we die, maybe we will not understand. And one of the things I learned in my journey, when I meet a challenge that I don't understand why it come to me right now, whether it's a physical challenge or another, I learn to say to myself, please wait. Now just be with it. Even if you don't understand it, allow yourself to feel it. To feel the pain, to feel the sadness, to feel the stress, to ask professional help, whether it's Western medicine or alternative medicine, if it's a disease, or therapist. First, go with the flow. This will be the message to myself. First, allow yourself to feel the pain that there is now, and there will come a point. It will be maybe in 1 year, in 1 month, in 1 year, in 2 years, in 5 years. You will have perspective, and then you will see, and then you will understand why this came to me. So, and even with that, I will have to add, we don't know everything in life. There is individual trauma, but there is collective trauma. And there are many layers in life that we don't understand. What we are trying to share today is that if you meet a disease or an illness, please add to your to-do list, while you are healing yourself, these questions of what is the wake-up call that I'm getting to my emotional body, energetical body, and spiritual body? What can I learn about myself? What is the pattern that is asking to be healed? What is the relationship that is asking to be seen more deeply? And we are not saying that we have the solution to all the disease and illness. I wish, but we don't have that.
And I totally agree with what you said. It's very touching, and I really want to even say one more word, which is surrender. And you say that sometimes we have an illness and we don't know why, and let go, surrender, let it be, rest, take a moment with what you just have. And like you said, later you will maybe understand why you have it. I think, and that leads me to our next questions, actually. So what would you suggest to someone that is having an illness right now?
Well, first I will send a blessing to all the people that are sick right now. Just a blessing from my heart to be healed, to be fully healed. So this is the first thing, and then I will just continue what you said. My suggestion for anyone that have a small or a big illness right now is to practice acceptance, to practice surrender, while looking for ways to feel better, for sure. Consulting the right therapist, reading articles if it's a unique thing that there isn't a lot of knowledge about it. But most of all, allow the illness to go through your body. I see the illness like a tunnel, that there is an end with light at the end of it. Even if we don't see the light at the beginning, there will come a point that the light will appear. So I feel illness and disease are teaching us the lesson of being, and also a lot of other lessons, like being weak, allowing ourselves to accept help, to say that we don't know, to ask for help, to be humbled in front of life.
Yeah.
And also to do some changes in our life. But definitely the changes will come after that. For the moment of being sick, I will just say, allow it.
Yeah.
Allow it. I'm saying don't be afraid, but even if fear comes, allow also the fear is part of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
my message.
You're saying
Would you
it
like to
perfectly.
add
I think,
something?
yeah, I think, first of all, you're saying it really perfectly. I think that when something happened, well, I would say first thing, first thing, treat your body, whatever you need. If it's rest, drink, take care of the physical body. If you need, like you said, professional help, ask, go to the doctor, go to a therapist, whatever you need. But just exactly like you said, surrender and don't fight. Many people say, I'm going to fight this cancer, I'm going to win. You know, even the words that you choose in your healing process are important, because you create this reality. And
They create energy. Every
yeah,
word creates energy.
yeah. And when you choose words like fighting and wars, this is what you're going to manifest also. And
Yes.
you don't want to fight anything, because it's not your choice anyway. You've got this disease now, so better accept it and look at it. Just be with it, be with what comes in your body. Like you said, if it's an emotion, fear, anger, sadness, or physical manifestation, I have pain, I cannot sleep well, it's not comfortable to be in this position of only accepting and only, okay, bring it all. It's not very comfortable, but
healing. It's not comfortable, but it's healing.
But it's healing. Yeah, because then you are more open to see the reason why you have all this, I think.
Yeah, there will be a moment that the reason will come to us. And just before we close our talk, I just want to add something about emotions. Emotions, maybe this will be the next topic for our next talk in 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we do that. Our emotions need to be integrated in our body, in our mind. They need to take this flow, to go all the way in the tunnel. From one way, now I'm angry about my landlord because the la 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 la, and to go out of the other side more calm and with clarity. What do I want to do with this situation? What is the best solution that keeps me in my center? And I think it's just opening a new subject, so I will not go there, but I would just say, if we don't do all the way with the emotions, sometimes a disease will come in order for us to stop, that we can't go to work, we can't take care of the children, we have to stop, so that our unconscious level can integrate the emotions that we didn't integrate consciously.
Yeah, I think we are more prone to diseases and illnesses when we are not integrating. So
Yeah.
Beautifully said. Thank you.
Thank you. It was really fun to be with you today.
Yeah, I agree. I also really enjoyed it. And of course, this subject is always very exciting for me and inspiring. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you for everybody who listened to us. And we hope you enjoyed it and find something inspiring about this subject. You are welcome to comment and ask questions, and this will always inspire us for more subjects for the future. And yeah. This was our
we'll
live
see
talk
you.
about being
See you in 2
human.
weeks. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you, Dorit.
ביי, תודה
ביי.
מיכל, thank you
תודה.
מיכל.